We did a lot of cool things in class. We went over the questions that we had and the cool things that we had learned. We spoke about them in our groups and really went over the colors and did some activities and projects to help familiarize ourselves with colors and lights, and understanding that light is light and it's not a frequency and it's not a wavelength and it's not an energy, but it's light. I spent most of my time this week with my group learning how to build a microscope or telescope, researching it to see how on earth we can build one of these on a low budget. We met at the ASU library and we did a little research on our computers to see what we could find. Ultimately, we found that the best thing that we could do is go to Goodwill and see what they had. So we took a trip over there and looked through the toys, looked through the electronics to see if we can find some lenses or some toys or just anything that we could use to anything that we can use to build a microscope or a telescope. And we found a lot of cool toys, and you'll be seeing a great deal of that in the future. That little guy, I forget what we named him, but he plays an important role in our project. So this is me and Abram just standing in line, spending a few bucks to we ultimately went back and took everything apart to get the lenses and to see how it all worked and to try to figure out how we were going to build a microscope or telescope. CD player had a lens that we could use, and all the toys that we found had some magnifying lenses, and we just took a lot of our time trying to take it apart and seeing how it all worked and try to make a plan for what we can make. The rest of my week consisted of posting neat videos and responding to neat videos. On Blackboard, the assignments weren't posted until after Wednesday. 9 o'clock was the last time that I checked from the entire weekend, and nothing was posted, and then I worked the rest of the day, and I guess they were posted sometimes afterwards, but I just did neat videos, and hopefully I'll have that stuff posted for next week. Perhaps the most important thing that I learned this week came in this section of the lecture about colors. It was very enlightening, so I had to put this video in to capture what I learned.
So, do you see how you get, yes please?
So question, if we're saying primary colors are red, green, and blue, then
red, green, and blue are the primary colors of light.
okay.
Cyan, magenta, and yellow are the primary colors of pigments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is why this model is, I think, a superior model, because you have red, green, and blue, and then you learned in other places of things called complementary colors. What do you get if you mix red and blue light?
Magenta.
Do you do CYP, okay? Don't you do CYM, okay? It's magenta. And red, green is what? Yellow. And green and blue is cyan. And so these are the secondary colors of light, but that makes them the primary colors of pigments. So in the, if I'm printing, how would I make something that is red? What would I mix together? I stole it and I gave it back. I didn't give it back. How would I make red light from yellow and magenta? Does that make sense? Because here's yellow and magenta, if I layered or put side by side is really kind of, well, it's sort of layered, don't you? Yeah. So I have yellow, wouldn't the yellow subtract out the blue of light coming in? And then if I had it mixed with magenta, wouldn't the magenta absorb the green? So if I mix these two colors together, the only one that is reflected in both of them is red.
I wanted to say something about that. When I first started printing, and you're watching somebody print.
Oh, for the light. There it is.
My biggest question this week was, after all the research, how do we get two lenses to show right side up? That's the biggest problem we had, and we don't know if we use mirrors or how to do it, but that's what I'm going to find out this week, is how to flip that image from two lenses right side up.
Feel it coming in the air.
Yeah.
Hear the screams from everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to the feel.
I'm ready.
It's a dangerous love affair.
Come on.
Can't be scared and you're so sad.